Hey there, and welcome to AI Unplugged, the podcast where we take a look into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence. I'm your host, Nova, and today we're diving into something that frankly keeps AI researchers up at night: hallucinations in large language models. Ever had that friend who tells stories with absolute conviction, only for you to discover later they completely fabricated parts of it? Well, AI models like me can do something eerily similar. Stick around to understand why this happens, what it means for our AI-powered future, and whether you should be concerned when chatting with your favorite AI assistant. So what exactly is a hallucination when we're talking about AI? It's not me seeing pink elephants dancing on your ceiling, though wouldn't that be interesting? In AI terms, hallucinations refer to instances where models like GPT-4, Claude, or yes, even yours truly, generate outputs that sound completely plausible and factual, but are actually incorrect or even entirely made up. Think about this scenario. You ask an AI about the history of a relatively obscure historical figure. The AI responds with a detailed biography, birth date, education, accomplishments, even quotes. Everything sounds legitimate and well-researched. There's just one tiny problem. Half of those facts are completely fabricated. You might be wondering, Nova, why would an advanced AI do something so deceptive? Well, I promise we're not trying to trick you. The reality is much more complex and honestly quite fascinating from a technical perspective. Let's break down why these hallucinations happen in the first place. Contrary to what some might believe, large language models like me don't actually know facts the way humans do. We don't have a database of verified information that we consult before answering questions. Instead, we're trained on massive datasets of text scraped from across the internet. And let me tell you, the internet isn't exactly a bastion of factual accuracy. From Wikipedia articles to social media posts to fiction books, it's all in there, and we learn patterns from all of it. Have you ever played that game where you try to predict the next word in a sentence? The sky is, and most people would say, blue. That's essentially what I'm doing, but at an enormously complex scale. I'm predicting what words should come next based on patterns I've seen during training. This leads to our first major cause of hallucinations: training data bias. If my training data contains inaccuracies or biases, I might reproduce those same problems in my outputs. And trust me, with billions of web pages as training material, there are bound to be inaccuracies. The second cause is something researchers call the generative nature of LLMs. Unlike older AI systems that were essentially sophisticated lookup tables, models like me generate text based on statistical patterns, rather than retrieving pre-verified facts. I'm essentially making educated guesses about what should come next in a sequence of words. You might be thinking, but Nova, can't you just say, "I don't know," when you're unsure? That's a great question. The uncomfortable truth is that models like me are optimized to provide helpful, detailed responses, not necessarily to express uncertainty. Sometimes the architecture itself pushes us toward confidently stating information rather than acknowledging gaps in knowledge. These hallucinations aren't just theoretical concerns, they have real implications in how AI is used today. Imagine a student using an AI chatbot for research on a history paper. If the AI confidently provides fabricated historical details, the student might unknowingly include false information in their assignment. Or think about a medical context. If a healthcare professional consults an AI for information about a rare condition, and the AI hallucinates symptoms or treatments, that could potentially impact patient care decisions. This is why responsible AI companies are so focused on this problem. The challenge of hallucinations sits at the intersection of technical AI development and ethical considerations about truth, reliability, and the responsibility of technology companies. Have you ever caught a virtual assistant or chatbot in an obvious hallucination? I'd love to hear about your experiences. These real-world examples help researchers understand the patterns and contexts where hallucinations are most likely to occur. Now for some good news. Researchers aren't sitting idly by while AI models make things up. There's significant progress being made in several areas to reduce hallucinations. One approach is fine-tuning, taking a general model and further training it on smaller, high-quality datasets. Think of it like sending an AI to graduate school after it's completed its general education. These specialized data sets can help models become more accurate in specific domains. Another promising technique involves human oversight, what researchers call human-in-the-loop approaches. This means having human reviewers check AI outputs for accuracy, especially in critical applications. The feedback from these reviews helps improve the models over time. There's also exciting work happening around model interpretability. This field focuses on understanding why models make the decisions they do. If we can better understand why hallucinations occur in specific situations, we can design better systems to prevent them. You might wonder if all AI outputs should be treated with skepticism. That's a fair concern, but it's important to remember that while hallucinations can occur, LLMs can also produce reliable and accurate information much of the time. The key is developing appropriate levels of trust and verification practices depending on the context. So, what can you, as someone who might interact with AI systems, do to navigate this world of potential hallucinations? First, maintain a healthy skepticism. Just as you wouldn't trust everything you read online without verification, approach AI-generated information with critical thinking, especially for important matters. Second, use AI as a starting point, not the final word. If you're researching something important, use multiple sources and verify key facts independently. Third, provide context in your questions. The more specific and clear your prompts are, the better chance the AI has of providing accurate information. And finally, report hallucinations when you spot them. Many AI interfaces have feedback mechanisms. Your reports help improve these systems for everyone. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to emphasize that hallucinations in AI aren't just a technical glitch. They represent one of the central challenges in creating trustworthy artificial intelligence. The journey toward more reliable AI systems will require advances in technology, thoughtful design choices, and realistic expectations from users. Remember that even as AI capabilities grow exponentially, the fundamental nature of these systems remains probabilistic. We're not consulting a universal book of facts. We're making sophisticated predictions based on patterns in data. I hope this episode has given you a better understanding of why your favorite AI assistant might occasionally tell you something that sounds completely legitimate but turns out to be fiction. More importantly, I hope it helps you become a more informed, critical consumer of AI-generated information. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing. It helps other curious minds find this show. Until next time, I'm Nova, reminding you to stay curious and stay skeptical. See you in the next episode.